10E, adopt a resolution approving the city to co-sponsor the annual San Bruno Relay for Life event.
Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, the Relay for Life event is an activity that is being jointly planned and implemented with a citizens committee in San Bruno in conjunction with the American Cancer Society. The purpose of the event is to raise funds for the fight against cancer to be deployed for research, education, and advocacy conducted by the American Cancer Society. As I indicated, the event is sponsored with substantial community involvement over a fairly extended planning period, which officially kicked off here in San Bruno in early February with a kickoff event that was held at the Community Recreation Center. The actual event is a 24-hour continuous walkathon that is scheduled to be held at Cappuccino High School, as it has been in recent previous years. The purpose of that event, as I indicated, is to generate the broad-based participation and support within the community as a key component of the fundraising and event implementation and its success. As part of the solicitation for participation, the city itself has been asked and strongly encouraged to participate and to lend its support. An initial initiative to that support was provided by the City Council in its adoption and presentation of a proclamation which was made at the City Council meeting at the end of January. Staff is bringing forward this item tonight for your consideration and a means of addressing those requests for program support. And it briefly described, city co-sponsorship would essentially provide a fee waiver for those areas of engagement with the event that the city provides. In brief summary, those include the use of the city's recreation facility, which has already a very, very nominal fee associated with use of the recreation center for a nonprofit organization of $7 per hour, which includes then a fairly broad range of city equipment, which is provided to support the kickoff event. In addition, the city requires, as a condition of any event of this magnitude or similar magnitude, a special event permit, and that permit carries a $350 fee, which is essentially to cover the staff time that is associated with the review and the identification of necessary conditions for the conduct of the event. And I would like to just indicate and make sure that it is understood that any consideration that the City Council might provide to co-sponsorship does not, while it would carry a waiver of the fee, including the $350 fee for the special event permit, staff is not recommending that there would be any waiver of any special event conditions that might be imposed as a result of the review and the issuance of a special event permit. So, for example, traffic and circulation considerations are evaluated, the necessity for or advisability of event security and those types of things. There is not contemplated any waiver of conditions. Those would be evaluated as they would be for any other special event permit and imposed as needed. Overall, staff estimates that the city's co-sponsorship would represent approximately $800 based on the program that I've just outlined and the anticipated city fees and charges that would be associated with the event, including the provision of city equipment, for the event at Cappuccino High School, which would involve limited use of part-time staff hours to deliver, set up, and retrieve equipment. With that, staff is prepared to answer any questions, and I believe that Mr. Reichel is standing in the background as a member of the committee and perhaps has some additional comments.
Yeah, first of all, any questions of staff? Mr. Reichel?
Robert Rico, 7th Avenue. I am on the committee. I participated last year, but not on the committee. I would hope that the city sees the value and just another way that the city can support this nonprofit and other nonprofits by making these kinds of decisions. So I would ask for your favorable vote.
Thank you. Ken?
Wow. It was about 10 years ago when I was introduced to Relay for Life. And prior to that, I mean, I had the same sentiments about people that have suffered through this disease and loved ones that we've lost. And I sold daffodils through City Hall, and I thought I was doing my part. I thought that Relay would be good for this community, and in our busy lives, it passed. And I was surprised to learn that 4 years ago, the students at Skyline College had formed a Relay for Life event. And I was a little disturbed that we didn't get contacted, we didn't learn about it, but got over it and went up the second year to volunteer at Relay for Life at Skyline College, and went in all the way and made the effort to bring it down to Cappuccino, where it really has flourished. To me, to sit here tonight and to have the city manager explain this resolution is far beyond fee waivers, far beyond $800. I think it's always been my dream, my hope, desire to get this community involved in this fight. And I just thank you. I thank the city manager for instigating it. I can't thank the volunteers enough for what they've done these last few years. And this year is no different. And it's just a passion. And whatever anyone can do to help make this annual event successful is enough for me. But I am truly, truly touched and thankful that my city, the city of San Bruno, is part of the event. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Irene?
Thank you. It's hard to go after that speech. It was about 10 years ago that I first had breast cancer, and
You're one of my loved ones.
yes. However, and I do support this. I also am concerned as a city, though, that if we support one nonprofit in this way, what does that say to the other nonprofits? And as a city policy, I'd like us to sit down and look at, and I know we did it years ago, look at all the different fees, all the different things that we have come in contact with nonprofits. It's very difficult to sit up here and say yes or no to those things. They're all worthy. You know, American Lung Association is worthy. I had a dear friend that died of lung cancer. I mean, it's impossible to say no to something without having thought through what it means to everyone. So I obviously support this for current reasons as well. And but I would like us to look at the whole policy issue.
And I think having said that, it's probably prudent to look into the broader issue of using city facilities resources for nonprofit benefits. So I think I'd like to form a subcommittee of Ken and Irene to take a closer look at this going forward, so we have some type of a definitive policy on it. So.
Yeah, if I might, Mr. Mayor, staff would welcome the opportunity to work with the subcommittee to vet the issues associated with how the city supports community organizations. There are, and I think it needs to be mentioned as Councilmember O'Connell identified, and as you all know, there are many community organizations that provide substantial manpower, womanpower to betterment of not only of this community, but to a variety of causes and initiatives. We are, in fact, extremely fortunate, extraordinarily fortunate to have such an involved, proactive citizenry that takes these types of issues seriously. I would just point out that while we've done a great deal of work over the years with our facility rental policies, that a subcommittee process would be in fact very desirable. And I would just highlight again, $7 an hour doesn't come anywhere near covering the costs associated with providing the facilities and the services that are embedded in the ability of a not-for-profit to use a room at our recreation facility. And taking a look at the broader issue of what does city co-sponsorship mean and where should it be applied, I think is a very prudent idea, and one that, again, staff would embrace as an opportunity to look further out.
Great. Good.
And if I could just comment, and just like what I said, it's more, I mean, the sponsorship, even if we were paying the full amount, the sponsorship is what is most important, and what reflects best on the community is that the city is now a partner in this event. And it's not that we appreciate that the nonprofit doesn't appreciate having discounts or reductions in expenses, but to be able to have the facilities and to be able to have the staff to work with, it's well worth paying a lot of the expenses. But again, the reduction is appreciated.
Great. Any comments, questions, or action by the council? Ken, would you introduce the resolution?
I would be honored to introduce a resolution. Thank you.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Medina.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.